Hey guys, so new city, new hotel. Today we are in Krakow, in Poland. I'm gonna be here for a couple of days and I'm staying in the DoubleTree Hilton, so I thought what better way to use the time to also do a little hotel review. Now, I just arrived, I actually just checked in, so I just want to give you like a quick tour of what the room looks like so you have an idea of what's going on here. So just let me show you around a little bit. So this is the room. This is actually a junior suite, which is quite nice. I got the upgrade from a regular room through the diamond status. And as you can see, it's actually quite spacious. There's like a couple little perks. So you have this like full kind of seating area. Also some small items that are quite nice. They gave me this little cookie, which is actually warm. So quite cute little attention to detail, as well as these which I think are like little chocolate pralines, I think, and also two bottles, small bottles of wine. I think there's a Sauvignon Blanc white wine, so nice to have. The bed, super spacious. Overall, this is, I think, a king-size bed, and I think the design also looks quite nice. I mean, look at it. Very happy with this design, these kind of like muted colors with the wood and the warm lamps. You also have desk to work on if you need that. The view is not much to write home about, to be honest, and you can see that here. This is not super exciting. This is already the highest floor. The DoubleTree is actually a bit outside of the city center of Krakow, so you won't see much here, but I think that's fine. There is of course a TV, you can see that here. It's right above the couch, which I guess they put it there so you can actually watch it from your bed here. So that's kind of nice. You have this kind of little kitchen area. I'm not quite sure what this is really needed for. I mean, there's a microwave and a sink. So I guess you could do some really light cooking here in some sense. Not sure if they have the equipment. And you also have the obligatory coffee machine. I don't think this is an espresso machine, although I have to figure that out in a bit. And then let's just quickly check on the bathroom. It's already on, okay. So the bathroom, again, it looks, I think, quite nice. It's fairly spacious, although you have this like weird space here, like this empty space where there's not much going on. Unfortunately, no walk-in shower, but you have these two sinks, big mirror, and overall it looks quite nice. It's not the rainfall shower, and it's a little bit of a bathtub. I personally prefer the walk-in showers, but I think this is still quite decent. So yeah, so far quite happy with the room. It looks nice and modern. Let's see how the rest of the hotel is. We have an executive lounge, we have the breakfast. I might go to the swimming pool. They have like an indoor swimming pool and a sauna, and I will take you there with you. So we're on day 2 of our trip. Now I can talk a little bit more about the breakfast and also the lounge and the pool. So I tried it out. So let me start with the pool. I think the pool, I mean, it's pretty nice to have. You have a sauna, you have a swimming pool, and it's actually quite decently sized. The only issue is with most of these hotel pools, I think, is that they're usually in the basement. So it's not really nice to, you know, stay there, spend a long time there. So at least for me, I usually just go there to swim and then pretty much leave it at that. But it's a nice to have, so no complaints there. You have to book an appointment at the reception to use it, which I think is quite common nowadays, just to, you know, adjust the number of people who are at the pool at the same time. The lounge is actually quite good. You can see it here, it's not the biggest place, so when I went yesterday it was actually, at least in the beginning, it was quite booked, but still quite nice. So you have drinks, you have snacks, you have like 2 hot soups, so you can have a somewhat full meal for dinner if you're not too picky, at least. So they usually have this service from 5 to 8. So also quite a long time to have, like hot food and drinks. So that one quite nice. We're happy with it. The restaurant where the breakfast buffet is in, that one is not so great, to be honest. It's a bit of a mixed bag. And wow, this is like really bright right now. But so overall, it was super crowded, actually, surprisingly, because it's still a weekday. It's Friday right now. The quality is all right. The food is okay. You don't have a ton of selection. You really feel that it's a DoubleTree more than, like at a Hilton hotel, you would probably get a wider variety of food, but food is fine. I think it's more that it's really crowded and not super pleasant to sit there. There's lots of families. It's quite noisy. Overall, I mean, if you get the breakfast for free, it's fine. Nothing to write home about. I wouldn't pay for it necessarily, but as long as it's included in your rate, it should be fine. So that one is okay. One thing I noticed, and it seems to be a general thing here in Krakow, Poland at the time, people don't really like to adhere to the mask mandates too much. So I saw it everywhere in the hotel and also in the city, but at the breakfast as well, that most people try to wear the mask, although most of them don't wear them like properly over the nose. And you also get these plastic gloves. So that one I've seen in a couple of Hilton hotels now, where they ask you to wear these plastic gloves when you go to the buffet for some extra protection. And I would say about 30% or so actually use them. So that one, not so great, but I think I've seen the same in the Hilton in Frankfurt, where not a lot of people actually use the gloves. So I guess that's just maybe too much to ask for some people. But yeah. So overall, I think for the price, it's quite a good value, to be fair. Like, again, we paid around 50 euros per night. With the upgrade, the room is super nice. So the only downside so far that I've seen with this hotel is the location. So I knew already from Google Maps that it's a bit outside of the city. So if you actually want to walk to the old town of Krakow, it's like 50 minutes. And it's not super nice to walk from around here. So this convention center area is, there's not much around. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Uber is quite cheap, and you have tram options here as well to get to the old town fairly quickly. So I don't think it's a big deal, but if you want to spend the evenings going to restaurants around the area, then maybe you're better suited for a hotel in the old town or like more closely to the city center. But otherwise, I think if you're looking for a hotel with, let's say, good standards that you're used to from other Hilton chain hotels, maybe if you have a status that gives you a room upgrade and a free breakfast and everything, then I think the DoubleTree here can be quite a good value. So I'm generally happy with it, but yeah, just again, keep the location in mind. It's actually another point that I want to elaborate on. This one is more about your kind of travel style, and I realized that there's always this kind of question about whether you want to be, inside the city center, super close to the city center, or a bit more outside. And usually the trade-off is that the rooms are a bit, larger if it's more outside the city center, and maybe you have a nicer pool, or you even have a pool, which you usually don't have in very centrally located hotels. So I think just something to note and to think about is like whether you value the location more, you value just hopping outside the hotel and quickly being in the middle of the city and you can just go anywhere, versus it's a bit more outside, but then you might have a nice pool, maybe have a bigger room you can relax in there. So I guess that's always something to think about, what your style is. I know for me, usually I prefer the location because it gives you the better opportunity to see a city at all times of the day. But in this case, for example, here in Krakow with the DoubleTree Hilton, I actually appreciate it because the weather outside is terrible right now, and it's January, it's ice cold. So after a day of exploring in the afternoon, you can come home. You have this like big beautiful room. You have a big swimming pool and a jacuzzi to kind of warm up in. And I think that one you wouldn't get if you go to a hotel that's like very close or inside the city center. So yeah, just something I wanted to add to as a point. All right, so that's it again from my side. Let me know if you've been here, would be interesting to hear. Or if you have been to other hotels in Krakow and how they compare. So that's it from my side, and until the next time. Cheers.